And we're live.
That's okay. Well, I have another video we could watch for real this time. And it's also very short. I know people don't like when we string together too many videos, but technically we're not stringing them together because you didn't hear them.
Right.
So
Like
this is a new thing we're gonna do until I forget next week. It's called the PKA Whore of the Week. And so what this woman did is she invited dozens, if not like 100, of unsuspecting men on Tinder in order to get them all to congregate and meet in the same place. And then she gets up on a stage with a mic, and that's when the video begins. So we can queue up there.
This is narcissism at its finest.
Oh, you haven't even seen the video. Yeah, let's. You guys almost ready?
I have an advertisement. Hold on one second.
Yeah, this one's very short, guys. Only a minute 45.
Y'all don't have advertisements? What's going on?
Nope, I got ad block.
Yeah, ad block.
What is ad block?
You use Google Chrome, or are you using Safari because it's Apple? It probably doesn't matter.
Let's go round
Safari.
Who's more technically sophisticated, my mom or Arian Foster?
Your mom.
Easily your mom. Like, Alexa, what's up with these fucking ads?
That's how I eat. That's how I get paid. Advanced AI is not cheap.
All right, I think I'm queued up. All right.
All right, everybody ready?
Yes.
Yep.
All right, count it down, Kyle.
3, 2, 1, play.
A crowd of all men grows in front of an empty stage Sunday night. Hundreds of bachelors wait in Union Square, all for one woman.
My name is Natasha. Do you have what it takes to win a date with me?
Plenty of men walk away, but the hundreds who stay are sorted.
No beer bellies, no long beards.
And swiped through.
Guys were just lining up in a line, and she was just like left, right.
23-year-old Eliezer Marte jumped in.
I thought it was an elaborate joke at that point for all these guys, but not me.
Marte says he matched with Natasha on Tinder and she invited him out.
My friend is DJing a free outdoor show in Manhattan. I was gonna say hi, then you and I could go get a drink or something and see what happens.
All the thousands of guys that she hoodwinked, she used the same script.
Spencer, who's 22, also matched with her on the dating app, but did not stay for the
He looks like an
competition,
incel.
and says he left once it was clear these men had been tricked.
Oh, I thought I'm waiting for Natasha. You're waiting for a girl named Natasha. Some guys were holding flowers. A lot of guys were very excited to see this woman who is a con artist and a duplicitous liar.
Natasha, a self-proclaimed model, singer, and actress, has since made her social media accounts private. A representative for the woman denied our request for an interview, but told me she organized this to show the harassment women face in online dating by flipping the gender roles.
She wanted attention, and she got it.
Whatever her intention, the stunt left a sour taste for many young bachelors.
Meeting people in person is probably going to be the way to go for a while.
Her rep says Natasha did pick a winner. We'll have to wait and see if their love lasts. In Union Square, Ali Bauman, CBS 2 News.
Yo.
Yeah, I like the way the one dude handled it, where he's like, she's a duplicitous liar who wanted attention. But I felt like so much empathy for the other dude who was like, oh, how are you going to feel about going on dates, from here on out? And he's like, honestly, like it's going to be a little bit, her narcissism was so great. It eclipsed even the thought that it might impact other people there, that they were all spending time. They brought flowers. They were all anticipating a date, and all for her to pump her ego and be like, I wanted men to feel what it's like on Tinder. It's like, bitch, the fact that you were able to do this shows that it is women who are able to do this on Tinder. You think if Kyle spent all day for a week scheduling dates that he'd be able to arrange 100 of them in a public place and they'd show up bearing gifts? If so, you're even dumber than I thought.
You really got to lower your standards.
You're a terrible person, ma'am. You're a piece of shit. You should go to bed every night thinking, man, what value do I bring to the world? And then you should look in the mirror and go, oh, damn it, nothing. You're an asshole.
That's a little heavy, dog. That's a little.
Oh, but
were you in that? Hold on.
Singer.
Were you in that crowd, bro?
I flew all the way to where was this? Like Vancouver or something?
New York, maybe? I don't know.
New York, maybe.
I'm not mad at it. Now that I see the full story, I tell you what. Can I finish?
Yeah.
Let me explain myself. This is why I'm not mad at it. Like, all it really is, it's swiping in real life. They're just mad that they actually saw her go like this. That's all it is.
But like they thought
she's
they
swiping
were.
in real life.
She is, but she's skipping a step because she already told these people, "Hey, the swiping part is over. You're gonna come and we're gonna have a nice dinner and we'll talk."
It was a social experiment, right? If you take it out of the context of your ego, and I'll tell you why those dudes are so mad, because like, yo, she looks good and I have a shot. So they was upset that they got hoodwinked from that aspect. From that aspect, I understand their frustration. But if you take your ego out of it and realize it was a social experiment and she was just swiping in real life, it's actually kind of dope. I'm not mad at her anymore.
Oh, dude, like, dude, the only ego that needs the only
narcissistic.
It is narcissistic.
It is, but it's more than that. It's hurtful. There are real people on the other side of this that didn't have to be hurt, yet she did it for her own ego. She did it because she thought it'd be funny or she could make a viral video. She did it for herself. She hurt people for her personal gain.
She did it to show how desirable she is. Wow, you can bring a group of people over here just by lying and implying that, you know, you're really interested. Well, it's like, well, of course you can do that. Like there was an assumption of trust in the engagement you were in, and you lied.
There's victims involved here.
I mean, victims. All right, so look.
Oh, Arian.
Hear me out.
You spent a lifetime buff as college stuff.
I want to hear Arian's point of view.
I'm with you. I'm with you. Here's my. If she would not have picked a winner, I would say you had a point. But she went there with the intent of finding somebody who she enjoyed as a human, and she found that guy. So, like I said, all it was a social experiment. All it was those dudes' egos saying, "I can't believe you did that to me." That's all it was.
But see, like I think that you're.
I'm not saying she's correct. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying I agree with her actions. I would never do no shit like that. All I'm saying is, after seeing the full picture, I don't have any heinous towards her. I'm like, I see what you did there.
I mean, obviously the hate I'm showing is totally pumped up for the show. I don't care that much, but like, but I also don't think this is an issue of ego for the guys there. I think that you're taking what it is self-respect. If you don't have a bit of affrontedness and feel like, what the fuck, you're going to treat me this poorly, then it's not ego. It's, oh, I guess I do deserve to be walked all over and treated badly. So I see this as an issue of you're like, oh, so there's no mutual respect here. You lied to me, implied that there was some sort of mutual respect and understanding. And now you've shown that you couldn't have cared any less. And this was all to give you, the attention you want. So I think it was those guys reacting with their self-respect. And you can see that guy's self-respect was crushed, where he was like, man, I guess I do kind of deserve that. I'm going to be more hesitant before I trust people.
I would venture to say that his self-respect was crushed before that episode.
I have a thing.
This couldn't have helped it.
I don't want to put myself in Arian's head. I think that's impolite. But I think it's possible that, like, I put myself in one of the loser's shoes and he puts himself in the winner's shoes and says, hey, so long as there's a winner, what's the problem here? Because that would be me. And it might be because you're Arian flipping Foster, right? But most people aren't. And
I like where you went with that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, but it is a mentality though, right? It is a mentality.
How about this, Arian?
Go ahead.
How about you show up in that crowd and she says,
I need you here. I need you
right
here.
And no blacks. No blacks. What if she says that?
I'd have been like,
and keep in mind, she already told you she's interested. She swiped on you.
It just means you don't want to have that much fun. That's all that means. Because I guess this is why I'm not as I deal with rejection really well, and maybe it's partly my ego, right? So my rejection, I never had rejection issues because when and to your point, Woody, I understand what you're saying to a certain extent, but when I was little, I was a late bloomer because I was a class above where I was supposed to be. So I graduated at 17 years old. So I hit I was a late bloomer in general, but I hit puberty late, right? So
I feel you, bro.
So the girls went after the guys with the beards and the deep voices, and I was still walking around like this, right? And so I understand rejection to a certain extent. But as a grown man on a dating app, you have to have a little bit of, this is still the internet, right? I guess I just walk around with a little bit more reality than a guy who feels really rejected from an internet woman. You just have I've been catfished before, so it's I wasn't upset with her. I was like, well played,
Oh wait, what? You were
well played.
Was it an ugly girl pretending to be a pretty girl, or was it a man pretending to be a girl?
I still don't know.
It was a man.
It probably was, but I smelled something fishy. Like it just things weren't adding up after a while. And I was like, "You got me. That's cool." But I wasn't like there was no like heinousness towards.
On the Howard Stern show, there's a guy. What's it? It's drunk. Fucking God, I can't believe I can't think of the guy's name. It doesn't matter. But in his spare time, he's a disgusting human being. He has a dead arm, basically. But that's not the worst thing about him at all. He's a lifelong alcoholic, and he's really gross, and he slurs his speech, and he's a disgusting human being. Well, he does like he's got a bit of Jeff the Drunk. That's who it is. If you want to look this guy up, he does like podcasts and stuff because he has fame because he's like a caller on the Howard Stern show, and he goes into the studio sometimes and makes appearances and stuff. Well, guys will catfish him on a regular basis, and he'll masturbate on video for them. And so then the day comes on the Stern show where they realize this, and like guy after guy calls in, and they're like, "Hey, you remember Tina, the princess from Louisiana? That's what you called me. Yeah, that's me, bro. That's me. I was just sending you pictures I found online. You wanked it for me. Nice job." And just like guy after guy is like the same fucking thing. It's fucking hilarious. Just catfished him.
So interesting.
Catfished him good.
I mean, like if fool me once, shame on you. Fool me a dozen or more times catfishing, shame on him.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's a little bit different. Still funny though.
I'm trying to understand the incentive of the dudes that keep trying to catfish him.
See, that's what I don't get. It's like,
fucking with
haha, I proved he was a fool by tricking an alcoholic with one arm into masturbating for me, and I watched. And it's like, God, what?
Well, he's sort of.
I guess you won this engagement, sir.
Yeah. He's an annoying guy. He's a real kind of scumbag. Like they had a contest one time where they tell this pretty girl, they're like, "All right, I may have the numbers wrong, but you get $5,000 if you can remain handcuffed to Jeff the Drunk for," it was either 24 or 48 hours. It might have been like a whole weekend. She didn't make it. Oh. Like he passed out in the street at one point. He passed out like in New York. Like he's like in the gutter, passed out, and she's like standing there next to him, like, what the fuck? He's wasted, drunk, passed out, and the cameraman won't help because his job is to operate a camera. Like he's taking a shit with her chained to him, like just being a disgusting human being. She could
you're wearing pink
like,
Mets pants.
Let me free this.
Yeah, what a weird.
She needed the money too, so it was even darker. She wasn't looking for like.
Still couldn't put up with it.
Yeah, it's fucked.